All right. Okay, LegendRhony. What are you most excited about with this Osiris League?
I'm most excited to actually meet some opponents because I believe that my team is very, very ready as it is right now. And so far, our last three matchmaking, if I'm correct, yes, our last three, they were a little bit unbalanced in terms of power. So I really, really want to see what my team can do. And I believe that Osiris League can actually provide that in the end.
Now, I can see in the rankings that you are around rank 15 currently.
Yes, but that is just power rankings.
Yes, the power
I think
rankings.
it was proven a couple of times in arcs that sometimes strategy can win.
Exactly. And I think we mentioned this on the previous video that we did also about the the setup for the older kingdoms. You guys have really good commanders here being in the early kingdom, so that's going to be as well as an advantage, right?
Yes, that will be a slightly advantage in some situation.
Now, what is your prediction, and how far do you think you will get?
My prediction is that if I manage to get in the top 8, I will be very, very happy with the results of my team.
I see top 8. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Here's something a little bit silly, something a little bit funny. What is the silliest thing you've done in Arc of Osiris?
The silliest thing I've done in Ark of
Yeah.
Osiris. I put myself being first to teleport. I got all my 5 marches out, and it's probably been about 10 minutes in the arc, and I didn't have where to park my marches to teleport.
Oh, they're just stuck in the open in the field.
Yes, and basically no one teleported because it was supposed to be my teleport.
Did you guys win?
Yes, we won.
Oh shit, that's good then.
Yeah, but I was feeling awful.
See, now you're coming into to the Ark of Osiris League, and you have tremendous amount of troops, and I'm sure you're also going to boost more troops, right? So, I think do you feel confident with that? Having a lot of troops coming into that?
In Osiris League,
Yeah,
yes, I feel very confident. I mean, more troops you have in Ark of Osiris or Osiris League, you don't use speed ups. So the more troops you have, more benefits you have.
that's true. But are you going to
In
heal a lot?
I won't be able to need to. I don't need to heal. I
Exactly.
currently have 8 million troops, and I have resources for at least a million plus troops I can train
But
and
see,
speed ups.
if you are paired with another player that are about the same level as you and can really hurt you, and hypothetically it turned into a situation where you lost a good amount of troops in the Ark of Osiris League, or not really lost, but they went to the hospital and you have to heal them. Would you actually heal them or no?
Well, you're asking from my point of view, which that will never gonna happen. But yes, I would heal if I have to.
Okay.
I would keep my 5 heal marches up until the last minute if I know that will bring my victory. I want to know if I know there is a chance that that will bring my victory. I will do it.
Okay. Yeah, that's I'm just curious because at this level it's a different playing style. I know you're probably not gonna have to heal, but you never know what would happen. What do you think about the rewards for the Osiris League?
Well, I would say that considering that the Osiris League is going to be an almost 3 months event, let's say 2.5 months if you want to cut off the 1 week period, I would say that the rewards are not actually that great. It is for 30 players plus 30 subs. That's only 60 players that will get that. And let's not forget that mostly of the players that were going to reach that are probably pay to win players that donated a lot of money into the game to get a lot of troops, commanders, and so on. So it's pretty much not so rewarding for them, I would say.
I see. And
It looks a lot on the paper when you look like 50 days of speed ups, 25,000 gems. I've done the math approximately, and you can train about 90,000 T5 with all that. And the resources are not even enough that they give you from the chests.
So, and one of the big thing also is that, you know, how KVK is going to start soon, and then Osiris League is also starting, meaning people are going to lose troops along the way.
Yes, it's going to be actually very, very interesting from that point of view, I have to say.
So,
because you're very true. There are players that have probably, let's say, 2 million troops. If they lose 500,000, they can barely still field up their 5 marches. So that will cripple them in Ark of Osiris or Osiris League.
yep.
If they don't train up.
So the people have to think, right? What is more worth it, right? KVK rewards or Ark of Osiris rewards? Then we haven't seen if they change the rewards for KVK. I'm sure we're gonna get another, maybe not a Charlemagne, maybe a new commander in the future.
According to the email, when they said that the rewards have been adjusted, they meant that the rewards have been lowered because it's no longer a 50 something days, is 40 and something days. I think it's 49, from 56 to 49, I think. I don't remember correctly. But that means that they have been lowered. They didn't mean that they have been revamped. That's what I understand from that message when they posted over there in the email.
I see. So at the end of the day, we have to decide, right, which is worthy, right? Either KVK or League, because you're gonna lose your troops.
In the League, if you're smart, you actually don't spend anything except an army expansion if you use one, and a buff, attack defense buff, and 1 hour of your time.
That's true. So basically, training a lot of troops, really, like you said, you have a lot of troops, and you know, you basically most likely will not even have to heal because of the tremendous amount of troops that you have. So having.
So I just generate resources. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Yeah, having a lot of troops, and that's probably something that I should be doing because I only have like 600k troops right now, and.
Well, that's not really good.
I know.
You definitely need to train up.
I'm definitely going to be doing that. So do you have any last advice to everybody here that are watching? And make sure to check out LegendRhony's YouTube channel as well. You have any last advice for players?
Well, one advice that I would give to everyone is never lose that many troops until you get to a point where you can't even field your 1 or 2 perfect marches. So always trying to train extra, always try to have extra troops, and be careful at how much you're spending, how much troops you're killing in KVK.
Nice, exactly. That's very good, and I need to take that advice because I practically almost zeroed myself in the last KVK, and that was bad. Awesome. Thank you very much for giving me all this insight for the League of Osiris, and I know you're going to. I think you're going to do well, and you're going to succeed again in League.
Again, I don't have expectations to get very, very far away, but if I manage to get in the top 8, I'll be very happy about it.
So top 8. So we'll have to watch out for that. If you move into the top 8 rankings, you're going to be celebrating.
But you never know, because like we have KVK right now, we all seen the matchmaking. You never know how the division is gonna be. Maybe I'm gonna match up with some lords and kings, and I might just not even pass the division.
Yeah, so that's going to be very interesting. I can't wait to see it, actually.
And that's what I was trying to say. If it's gonna be a bad matchmaking for the divisions, then I can probably not even get to the playoffs.
That's true. That's true. So hopefully that division, you know, you get to match up with, you know, somebody that you can actually win then. Hopefully. We'll see. I guess we won't see until everything starts. Yeah, very, very interesting. For me, I don't even know how well we're going to do. We haven't even registered yet. We're still gathering up all the powers to make sure we can qualify. So
I think you still have a day or something from this video.
Yeah, still a day, and we are racking up players, and we're just going to use 2 alliances in our kingdom to get into the Ark. We have a lot of migrations as well, so hopefully we can be successful.
And to rectify, I'm rank 16 right now.
Oh, you moved down? It was rank 15.
Yes, I just moved down. I'm 16.
Oh wow. Oh, I'm having an error code right now. All right. You're rank 16 now. No, in my screen you're still 15. Maybe it's just haven't updated, but wow. Yeah, I really wish you luck, and hopefully you succeed, and I'm sure everyone's going to be keeping an eye on you on how you progress into Ark of Osiris League.
Thank you very much, and I wish you good luck as well.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Maybe I'll see you in the playoffs. You never know.
Oh god. I don't know. I know I'll get smashed real quick. But I need to train up my troops then for if we're gonna be seeing each other there.
All right, Shinchi.
Awesome. What's up, Dragothien? How are you doing today?
Hey, Shinchi, I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
Very good actually. It's a nice weekend.
Yeah, same.
So the first Ark of Osiris matchup is going to start tomorrow as we speak. How excited are you coming with this Ark of Osiris League?
Well, it's really exciting. I mean, I like the fact that it's a bracket system. Like, if you're into sports like NCAA and things like that, you can kind of tell that there's going to be some power alliances coming in and throwing their weight around. But there's also going to be the opportunity to have some alliances that aren't top tier beat those top tier alliances. That's why I like ARC so much. Is it's an equalizer. You don't have to have 8 billion power in an alliance to beat. To beat a 3 billion, or vice versa.
Now, what do you expect coming into Ark of Osiris League?
Well, I expect everybody's best. So you got 30 players as your core, and then you've got 30 reinforcement players as well, and you can use those 30 reinforcement players as a way to strategize against your opponent, especially if you know them. So there's going to be a lot of strategy in play here. There's going to be a lot of kind of smoke and mirrors a little bit, especially at the top tier. I really expect to see a lot of T5 action in the higher end of this event, and I definitely look to see some of the 1 billion to 1.6 billion alliances also putting forward a strong effort and maybe taking down a couple of the 2+ billion alliance powers too.
Now, where do you think, like, how far do you think AoC will get? Now, I've asked LegendRhony before, and he told me, and I don't think I've published that yet. So,
okay,
what is your estimated, progression into Ark of Osiris League?
Well, I mean, for those of you that have seen my channel, I mean, I expect to win every time. So, that being said, I mean, realistically, we've got some of the best players in the game in this alliance. It's not just a power thing; it's a strategy thing. It's knowing the game, knowing the mechanics, knowing how things work. I definitely expect to be in the top 4 by the end of it, and certainly pushing to win.
Wow, top 4.
Top 4.
Actually, Roni has it lower than that.
Mark it down. Top 4.
That's cool. That's good, though. That's a good mindset coming into the Ark of Osiris League, right? You need to have a strong mentality coming into it. The right mindset.
Yep, you got it. I mean, again, that's what's so cool about this event is you got to have confidence, and it's obviously a battle where we've lost one match, and it was against IKM, and we just did not have the troop count because we were in the middle of KVK, and we had just destroyed 1 versus 7 in the kingdom. So, well, I guess 2 versus 6 if you want to think about it that way. But either way, we were really short on troop count. We had players in there that had 500,000 troops against 1.5 million T5 players across the board. So we did lose, but there was a little bit to that. I think that there's, from a strategy standpoint, we're one of the top alliances from a strategy perspective. So I can't say that I don't think that we're going to win, because I do.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so what is your division right now? Let's show it to the viewers.
So we have Group A, B, C, and D, just like everybody else. We've got ourselves in Group A, along with Phantom Eternal, which is 940 million
Are you in
power.
Division 1? Division...
Division 14.
14.
Division 14.
I see. So you're battling HLU for your first matchup. Have you
Correct.
scouted them yet?
No scouting. They're a 1.2 billion alliance, and I guess the leader's Juggernaut, which is I've heard of the name before. So
Oh,
we'll see how it goes. I mean, we're sitting at 2.1 billion, and I think a lot of that has to do with troop count.
that's a lot of power from you guys.
That is a lot of power. Yeah, we've got a pretty solid group, like I said. But yeah, it's going to be they're going to be a battle, and we're going to definitely bring our best against them.
Wow. So, well, everything's going to change anyway once KVK starts. It looks like you guys are going to have a hard time also because you guys are in the higher, KVK tier as well. But everything's matched up, but it all depends on your diplomacy. So, I've seen some messages coming from K16. And I've seen you guys have made some allies, and you guys are also going to go against 3 other kingdoms. So that's going to be very interesting how much troops you guys are going to lose coming into Ark of Osiris. So
well, that's going to be a focal point, is we're going to try and not lose as many troops as we did last time. I know personally I lost almost 2.8 million T5 troops in Season 1 of KVK. So we put a lot into it. We won, but it was expensive. So
I see. Okay, so what about this? What is the silliest thing you have ever done in the Ark of Osiris?
Do you already know the answer to this, or do I have to say it?
You have to say it. Most of the people probably don't know.
Okay, well, there's a couple, but I think the one that comes to mind the most is whenever we fought, AoC fought High. I think at the time we were PHR. We had just reorganized after a bunch of stuff that happened in our kingdom. So at the very end of the match, it was a very close match. I think it was within, I don't know, 7K or 6K points. And at the end, we were battling for the Ark of Osiris, and I ended up being able to send a rally to their outpost and have it arrive just as soon as they were trying to bring the Ark back to capture it to hopefully win. I don't think they would have won even if they did cap it, but I was able to capture it right in front of them as they were trying to bring it back to that outpost, and then I was able to hold it against about 12 T4 and T5 armies beating on me simultaneously.
Damn.
As the timer counted down to 0, so it was pretty sweet.
Damn. Okay, that's pretty neat then.
The backstab.
So you think that this division matchup is, for your matchup right now, right? We talked about a little bit, but you think it's fair?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was difficult to organize. So there was really 2 ways to do it, right? The way they did it, and I think it's probably the best way to do it from a just fairness standpoint, is they've got 16 alliances in a division, and then the majority of those alliances are around 1 billion-ish power, at least in my division. And then you've got a few alliances that are above that. So 1.2, 1.4, 1.6 to 2.1. That's, to me, the best way to do it. The other way they could have done it is to pile all the big alliances into divisions and then have it weed out that way. But then you would have had, 600 million alliances that were fighting against other 500 million alliances in a different division, making the playoffs against a 2.5 billion alliance, and it would have, at the end of the day, just been complete, curb stomp in the playoffs, which is what you don't want. So I think this way it provides the ability for the alliances that are strong but not very powerful to at least compete against some of the bigger alliances and possibly beat them to make it to the playoffs. But it's kind of structured to where the power alliances, along with alliances that are around 1.5, 1.1 billion that are really good, will make it to the playoffs, which is what it's all about.
I agree. It really gives a lot more chances for each alliances to participate that way.
Yep, I agree.
So, how much have you spent in the game? You have 97 million power, 124 million kills.
It's 5 digits, and it definitely starts with at least a 2, if not, going to a 3.
Oh my god. It's going to still increase because of KVK.
Well, I mean, so, I'm not sure if we were going to get into what I do for a living, but I mean, I make good money with what I do, and
Now, can you share what you do or no?
Sure, I don't think it's a problem. I mean, the shirts that I wear on my live streams, probably a dead giveaway, and so I'm a regional sales director for a blue telecom company. I'll put it that way. And I mean, I cover 5 states in a district in the U.S. and it pays really well with what I do. It's compensated well. I work hard for it, but you know, I've got my family taken care of as far as, you know, the things that they need and what they're doing and all the school stuff and, you know, taking care of their needs. My wife, same thing. So I've got a little bit of expendable income, and usually I would put it towards, you know, gadgets or gizmos or, you know, just things that I like to do, motorcycle, just different types of vehicles that I like to drive, that kind of thing. But we've kind of scaled that stuff back, so I've got the money to put into something that I really enjoyed. And I started playing this game in November of last year, and I really loved it. I love the history of it all, and I love being able to open field battle and really have be able to strategize on the fly. And I also love PvP, so the combination that this game gave me just kind of hit all my buttons, and I wanted to invest in it, so I went ahead and did that, and here we are.
So that's awesome. So good luck with the Ark of Osiris League. I think you guys are going to be successful in this, but by looking at the division, but everything's going to change depending on how your KVK turn out to be, and depending on how much troops you guys will lose and how much you guys are going to invest as well. So that's going to be very interesting, and I bet a lot of people are going to be keeping an eye on AoC.
I tell you, I'm very close to just putting up a live stream 24/7, just so people can tune in whenever they want, because it's going to be a 24/7 with this, and then also KVK. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be a lot of time. But good luck to you guys on Ark of Osiris League.
Thank you.
Awesome.